Hi guys, so before we get into the actual news, we got some shoutouts from a guy named Dylan Bradford. School buses has been doing a thing for the cats and for the humans, getting these kids back from school and to school. It's good to see that these schools are doing good. Now we got a lot of reviews from the mind game and the real game. As first, we're gonna speak up on the Josh Allen versus Aaron Rodgers game, like we probably have not been doing. Josh Allen meets Aaron Rodgers. Well, he been meeting Aaron Rodgers a lot, but he is meeting Aaron Rodgers in a Jets uniform. A Jets uniform, man. It's crazy, but Aaron Rodgers is with the Jets and multiple other players with the Jets. Dalvin Cook, running back, is also with them. As we're going to show you a little more status, Dalvin Cook is also with them. Dalvin Cook is honestly one of the best running backs besides Kamara coming out in this year. This kid really knows how to run the ball. This guy is like a legendary NFL player as he be running that ball all good and stuff. And with him coming out from Minnesota to New York, along with Allen Lazard and multiple other players, it's like a dream come true for probably New York as they get Dalvin Cook this coming up season. And honestly, it surprised me as well. Because you would think Dalvin Cook would have stayed in Minnesota and became a legendary Viking, just like Jefferson. But he is now with the possibly good team. And we're going to also talk more about Allen Lazard and Randall Cobb. Allen Lazard first. This guy, Allen Lazard, has been helping out Aaron Rodgers ever since Davante Adams left. And more like this kid has not been stopped. Ever since like Adams left to go to the Raiders, we've been seeing more from Allen Lazard in these games. Like he is like another Davante Adams father figure for Aaron Rodgers, but never could be a realistic player for like a remodel of the will Davante Adams. But that's besides the point, as they got a lot of players coming into the Jets like Randall Cobb, Aaron Rodgers' former player, and the person who's been playing with Aaron Rodgers so many times. I like this kid Randall Cobb, and I like the fact that they went out and got a cold like running back in Dalvin Cook. And basically, this is a guy you cannot deny. So now off to Cobb. Randall Cobb, from the back in them days, this guy was like one of the best. And like, with along with more players coming, you can say that more teams are in trouble. Lazard is kind of a faster guy than anyone that you ever seen, playing in the NFL for the new team New York Jets. And it's more like it depends on when for these guys, because they got a chance in the playoffs for the Jets. But they're also going to have to keep up on Patrick Mahomes. We're going to take a look at the MVP 2 of the year. A week 1 game against Detroit. So we're going to take a look at the Bear. We're going to take a look at that week 1 game. And basically it was nice, not going to lie. The first game for week 1 between the Chiefs and the Lions, it was cold. But the Chiefs, like like the first lap said, the Chiefs really didn't have Chris Jones, who is now has been paid a contract, and they did not have Travis Kelce, that was out and injured. So they probably gonna be back in the game next week, as the Chiefs don't really know who they got, but got taken NFL for it. Gibbs did get his little first drive underway. That boy and David Montgomery was cooking up in the game. So now with that, we can go off to the My Games. We can go straight off to the My Games. So we got this one. The Vikings and Cardinals. So if you don't know, the Vikings My Game, Cardinals My Game has gotten under a difference. They are not the same from the actual versions of themselves. If you don't know what I mean, let me just tell you who the Cardinals got in the My Game. They still got Buda Baker, but they got Kirk Cousins. Running back D. Drake. And they got a rookie, Tariq Black. And another rookie, Brendan Eagle. And we're going to take a look at that Vikings team, as they also got a couple of players on his squad. The Vikings got Pseudo Centenda, Demarcus Robinson, Josh Gordon, Chris Johnson, Imers Smith, Mercedes, Keyshawn Helton, and Jacoby Copeland. And as a tight end, Darren Waller. And a quarterback, Deshaun Watson. You think I'm making it up? Look over there. Let me just show you. Got a lot of players. And we're a little more done with the NFL teams. Let's move on straight to the college teams. As Arizona and Utah, but that's not the most important. This game's coming up for college. Let's look for it. 2-0 Georgia is going up against 1-1 Oregon State, as they do beat 1-1 Oregon State. As we're going into one of the most important games this week coming up. Tennessee 2-0 versus Texas A&M. Two 2-0 teams going at it. And there's another game we got to get into. Alabama and Los Santos University. Now, Alabama has lost 2 games, and they're 0-2. Well, Los Santos University got it back on track, and now at 1-1. Let's see who's gonna win. Will it be Alabama's first win, or will it be a 2-1 Los Santos University? We also got to take a look at GSU, the first team that beats them. Wait, no, I think I was reading it backwards, guys. Yep. It was Grove Street versus Alabama. Los Santos University has to go up against USC. And the Trojans are also 1-1. So one of these teams will become 2-1. And it might be a 3-0 roll for GSU as they going up against an 0-2 team. But that's not all we got. We're coming up with some more news. Just need to look for that shit. Here it is. week 13 and 14. Alabama is going against GSU away and LOU away. And then North Carolina going against Maryland at home and Georgia at home. And then at week 13, LSU are going up away game against LOU. As we got two amazing teams with the L at the start of them. Then week 9, Ohio at home against GSU. As GSU are 2-0 this year. Then a fierce rematch against Alabama and Georgia in the my game. Then North Carolina and Georgia Tech in week 5. And week 13 is Alabama versus Georgia. And we're not going to call this the anytime game. We're doing this by right. The North East famous game. And sorry for my my handwriting. There we go. Sorry for my handwriting. As this is the Northeastern game, week 13. Stay tuned. And we're gonna come back with some more news coming up soon on my game.